Hey guys, so today Fish Focus is about the kribensis. I love kribensis. They're a great, I would say I wouldn't even say semi-aggressive. I would say community fish, as long as there's nothing that they can pick on or something that's going to be in the same space. This is a West African cichlid. Of course, when we talk about African cichlids, usually people are like, oh my gosh, they're awful. They're the worst. But the kribensis is one of the more mild-mannered, and most of the stuff from West Africa is. There is a lot of mean stuff from West Africa, but when we talk about West Africa, I usually kind of equate that to more of the Central American or South American scene. So when we're talking about kribensis, there are a bunch of different types of kribensis. The ones that we have in stock right now are going to be your average regular kribensis or common kribensis, and then we also have the Nigerian red belly kribensis. There's a few of the different types of kribensis, like zebra kribensis, the kribensis transvestitis. I really like them. They're really cool. One of my favorite as far as species. I haven't gotten to keep a lot of the species in stock because they are a little bit harder to get. A lot of the stuff from Africa is because they are so, it's very, very hard to get shipments from there. But as far as care, they're awesome. They're very, very wide spectrum care fish. You can keep them in pHs from 7 all the way to 7.6, 7.8. And they do great. Around here, even some people keep them in less than that. Although I've found the best success at about 7.2, 7.4 pH. And again, don't chase your parameters. If a store's keeping that fish near you, usually your water is going to be totally fine for them, unless the store is chasing parameters, which I don't believe the store should. Now, when we're talking about care of this fish, they'll eat pretty much anything: pellets, flakes, frozen foods. They like a lot of protein in their diet, just like any cichlid, but they are omnivorous, so they'll eat whatever you feed them. A good pelleted food is usually what I recommend. Now, make sure that you don't put them with anything that is going to fill that same niche, like a ram or a pistogramma, anything like that. But other than that, they do great with pretty much anything. Guppies, of course, don't put them. They've got long fins. They'll get picked on all day. But other than that, you're really, the world is your oyster. I've kept them with angelfish. As long as you have a big enough tank and they can stay away from each other, they're totally fine. You just have to kind of use common sense and say, can this fish be picked on? Would this fish pick on that fish? And go from there. And of course, if you have any questions, ask your local fish store. Usually they know. The other thing about breeding this fish, they are an egg layer, just like any cichlid, but they are so prolific. When you get a pair, they'll find a place that is easily defended, not even like a cave. They'll lay on top of rocks, on top of heaters. If they feel like they can defend the space, they will breed in that space. And it will be very, very deadly for the other fish in that space because they will breed and they will become aggressive towards any of the other fish that try to enter that space. Now, if you have a big enough tank, that will happen on its own. Most likely the babies won't be able to live in a community tank because other fish will eat them. Even the parents sometimes, especially when they're first starting out breeding. But yeah, no, I would say that that's pretty much the care requirements. Make sure that you keep them in higher temperatures. They can't, in my opinion, stand lower temperatures very well, at least in my tanks. They discolor, they get very stressed, and when you keep a fish, you want them to be really pretty. I'll probably be showing you a few clips of mine at home. My male is gorgeous, and my female's always ready to breed. She's just this little fertile myrtle. She's wonderful. But anyways, they're very, very pretty, and there's a bunch of different kinds. It's definitely a fish I'd recommend. If you're putting it in that puzzle piece that I usually talk about, which is your schooling fish, your display fish, and then your cleanup crew, I would put them as your display fish. They're gorgeous, they've got great personality, and I recommend them every single time. I think that's all I have to say about them. Wonderful Fish Focus, and if you have any questions, either put it in the comment section or call us at Fishmania, or you can ask your local fish store, and I will talk to you all later.